Did you know that Virginia is often referred to as the birthplace of a nation? And there's a good reason for that. Our story begins back in the early 17th century, with the establishment of Jamestown in 1607. This wasn't just any old settlement, it was the first permanent English colony in the Americas. That's right. Before Plymouth, before Massachusetts, there was Virginia. The Virginia story weaves its way through the fabric of American history, right from those early days. It was a crucial player in the American Revolutionary War, a conflict that turned the tide of history and set the stage for the birth of a nation. But it wasn't just about battles and military strategy. Virginia was also a cradle of ideas, a place where revolutionary thoughts took shape and found voice. Consider the Virginia Declaration of Rights. Drafted in 1776, this document was a bold statement of human rights and liberties, a precursor to the United States Bill of Rights. It was a beacon of light in a world still largely ruled by kings and queens, and it came from Virginia. Then there's the Virginia Statute for Religious Freedom, another groundbreaking piece of legislation. Passed in 1786, it was a bold statement against religious oppression and a declaration of the right to freedom of conscience. This was a radical idea at the time, and it was a Virginia idea. But Virginia's contribution to the birth of the nation wasn't just about documents and ideas. It was also about people. Many of the nation's founding fathers hailed from Virginia, including George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and James Madison. These men played a pivotal role in shaping the United States as we know it today. So, as you can see, Virginia's history is deeply intertwined with the birth of the United States. It's a story of courage, innovation, and a relentless pursuit of freedom, and it all started right here in Virginia. But did you know that Virginia was also a central player in the Civil War? From 1861 to 1865, Virginia found itself in the heart of the struggle between North and South. This state, rich in history, became the stage for some of the Civil War's most significant moments, forever etching its role in the annals of American history. One cannot discuss Virginia's role in the Civil War without mentioning Richmond, the city that served as the Confederate capital. As the political and industrial heart of the Confederacy, Richmond was more than just a symbolic target. It was a crucial hub for manufacturing and transportation, making it a strategic point of interest for the Union forces. Virginia was also the backdrop for many of the war's major battles. The Battle of Bull Run, otherwise known as the First Manassas, was the first major battle of the Civil War. This battle took place in Prince William County, Virginia, and its outcome shocked both the North and the South, setting the tone for the long and brutal conflict that was to follow. Then there was the Siege of Petersburg. This grueling 9-month-long battle was one of the longest in the Civil War. The Union's attempt to capture the railroad hub of Petersburg was a critical turning point, leading to the eventual fall of Richmond and marking the beginning of the end for the Confederacy. Many other battles, too numerous to mention, were fought on Virginia's soil, each contributing to the state's deep-rooted Civil War history. Today, these battlefields are not just remnants of the past. They stand as historical sites, silent witnesses to the struggles and sacrifices of those who fought bravely in a war that shaped the nation. Virginia's role in the Civil War has left a lasting mark on the state, and many of the battlefields are now historic sites that you can visit. So, whether you're a history buff or just someone curious about America's past, Virginia's Civil War history is waiting to be discovered. Moving into the 20th century, Virginia underwent significant changes. Did you know it is now referred to as a Commonwealth? This period marked a transformation from a primarily agricultural society to a more industrialized one. Virginia's landscape, once dominated by sprawling tobacco fields and apple orchards, began to morph into bustling urban centers. Richmond, the state's capital, saw a surge in industrial growth. From the humming textile mills to the robust tobacco factories, Richmond's skyline was redrawn with towering factories and soaring smokestacks. The city's population grew in tandem with its industrial prowess, creating a lively urban atmosphere. Norfolk, a coastal city, also witnessed similar development. The city's advantageous position along the Chesapeake Bay made it a hub for shipbuilding and naval operations. The Norfolk Naval Shipyard, established in the late 18th century, became one of the largest shipyards in the world. This boom in the shipbuilding industry propelled Norfolk's growth, making it a vital part of Virginia's economic landscape. As we moved further into the 20th century, Northern Virginia began to emerge as a significant contributor to the state's economy. This region, often referred to as Nova, is a cluster of counties and independent cities near Washington, D.C. With its proximity to the nation's capital, Nova became a hub for technology and government services. This shift from rural to urban and from agriculture to industry was a turning point in Virginia's history. The Commonwealth's economy diversified and strengthened over time. Now, it's not just about tobacco fields and coal mines anymore. Virginia is home to thriving tech companies, robust government services, and bustling urban centers. The transformation of Virginia into a modern Commonwealth is a testament to its resilience and adaptability. From its agricultural roots to its industrial revolution, and now its technological boom, Virginia has continually evolved to meet the needs of its people and the demands of the times. Today, Virginia is a diverse and dynamic state with a rich history and a bright future. Virginia isn't just about history, though. Did you know it's also home to some of the most beautiful landscapes on the East Coast? Let's start with the breathtaking Blue Ridge Mountains, a range that stretches over 800 miles from southern Pennsylvania through Virginia and down into North Carolina and Georgia. The Blue Ridge is a part of the larger Appalachian mountain range, and it's a sight to behold, with its sweeping vistas, cascading waterfalls, and vibrant foliage that turns into a riot of colors in the fall. But the mountains are not just for looking at. They offer a plethora of outdoor activities for the adventurous at heart. Hiking the Appalachian Trail, for instance, is an experience like no other. It's one of the longest continuously marked footpaths in the world, winding its way through some of the most stunning landscapes Virginia has to offer. Then there's the Shenandoah National Park, a jewel in the crown of Virginia's natural beauty. This park is home to a diverse wildlife population, from black bears to white-tailed deer, and offers a wide range of recreational activities, from birdwatching to camping, horseback riding to fishing, and let's not forget the Chesapeake Bay, the largest estuary in the United States, stretching across 6 states and Washington, D.C. The bay is teeming with a variety of marine life, from blue crabs to striped bass, and offers plenty of opportunities for boating, fishing, and water sports. Last but not least, there's Virginia Beach, the perfect place to relax and unwind. With its miles of sandy beaches, bustling boardwalk, and warm Atlantic waters, it's no wonder this is one of the most popular seaside destinations on the East Coast. Virginia's natural beauty is not just about the landscapes, it's also about the experiences, the adventures, and the memories you can make here. So whether you're a nature lover or a city dweller, Virginia has something for everyone. And let's not forget about Virginia's food and wine. Did you know Virginia is one of the top wine producers in the U.S.? Indeed, the Old Dominion is a paradise for gourmands and enophiles alike. Virginia's culinary scene is a rich tapestry of flavors, woven from its bountiful produce and the diverse cultures that have left their mark on the state's history. Let's start with the seafood. Virginia's coastal waters, particularly the Chesapeake Bay, are teeming with succulent crabs and oysters. These briny delights are a staple in local cuisine, whether they're served simply steamed with a side of drawn butter or transformed into a hearty crab cake or creamy oyster stew. And let's not forget about the sweet, tender shrimp and the robust rockfish that are also local favorites. But Virginia's culinary charm extends beyond its coastline. The state's southern roots are evident in its comfort food classics. Think buttermilk biscuits so soft they melt in your mouth, fried chicken with a perfectly crispy exterior and juicy interior, and barbecued pork that's been slow-cooked to smoky perfection. And then there's the Brunswick stew, a hearty concoction of vegetables and meat that's a testament to Virginia's agrarian heritage. Now let's talk about wine. Virginia's fertile soil and temperate climate make it an ideal location for vineyards. The Virginia Wine Trail is a must-visit for wine lovers, with over 200 wineries scattered across the state. From robust reds to crisp whites, Virginia's wines are as diverse as they are delightful. But it's not just about the wine. Virginia's craft beer scene is also booming, with breweries popping up all over the state. Whether you prefer a hoppy IPA, a rich stout, or a refreshing lager, there's a Virginia brew that's perfect for you. So whether you're a foodie, a wine lover, or just someone who enjoys good eats, Virginia is a destination that's sure to satisfy your palate.